Lava from the volcano, which erupted early on Sunday in Iceland, has reached the small fishing town of Grindavik. The molten lava flows have set some buildings on fire. The town's residents were evacuated Saturday night after days of intense seismic activity. It's the second time they've had to leave their homes since November. Previous earthquakes and a separate eruption in December saw them forced to stay away for 6 weeks. Authorities built barriers of earth and rock to try to prevent lava from reaching Grindavik, some 40 kilometres southwest of the capital, Reykjavik. Well, journalist Ingolfur Sigfusson is in Reykjavik, and he told us a little earlier more about the lava reaching homes and infrastructure in the small fishing community.
Well, at about 8 o'clock this morning local time, we saw this initial fissure start. We saw a eruption of a fissure about 850-meter wide or long, rather. And then when geologists thought that it might be sort of waning, this one that we've been seeing literally on the edge of town opened up. It's small, but it's, as you can see, engulfing the houses on the outskirts of town. This happened about 20 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. That particular house is so newly constructed that the people who own it hadn't even managed to move in. Perhaps that's a blessing, but this is the situation. What is perhaps a little bit even more ominous is that the fissure that you see there, geologists tell us that while it's come to the surface there, it probably reaches below the surface deep into the town, and it might still open up. This eruption is behaving a little differently from the one that was just under a month ago. That one waned really quickly. This one is still keeping up the pressure. It's not really fading out. So it's very difficult to say what happens next.
Yeah, the images we're seeing are incredibly dramatic and obviously terrible for the people who are from Grindavik. Have the authorities said anything about the magnitude of this eruption or how they're going to proceed with this situation that's unfolding?
Well, they tried to erect some barriers and protection walls, and those seem to be doing some help. They seem to be sort of at least moving some of the lava streams away from the town and away from critical infrastructure. This isn't a large eruption. It's actually not that much that is coming up out of the ground. It's the location that is of critical importance, because it's literally inside of the town right now that it's so harmful and so dangerous. But it's, in terms of its size and scope, if it was a few kilometers away, it would be more or less harmless.
Yeah, certainly. It's certainly a very worrying situation for the people there in Grindavik, and obviously I'm assuming in the rest of Iceland. Thank you, Ingo. Journalist Ingolfur Sigfusson in Reykjavik.